Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of this suicidal maniac.
So the Xbox Game Showcase happened just a couple of days ago, and while they did show plenty of games coming to both current and next-generation consoles, one thing is for sure, the clear winner here was Game Pass. Let's get into it. What is up, everybody? Jay Fonzerrelli here, and welcome to the channel. So the Xbox Game Showcase, or should I say, Game Pass Showcase happened, and well, let's be honest here. They started the show with the push that all of these games were coming to Game Pass, which is fantastic for those of us that like Game Pass, but this is not the show that I expected. And if you remember, I said do not temper expectations, and I did not. More on that in a little bit, but first I want to say Game Pass was all about Game Pass. Destiny 2 now in Game Pass. Bungie has struck a deal with Microsoft. All of Destiny 2 expansions will now be in Game Pass for free, provided you pay for Game Pass. Which, personally, I'm a big fan of Game Pass, and I'm a big fan of Destiny 2, so this is a win-win for me. What else did they show coming to Game Pass? I mean, what did they show for this Xbox Game Showcase? Well, they did start with Halo Infinite. 8 minutes of gameplay here. And while the gameplay did look all right, it looked pretty good. It gave me Combat Evolved vibes. Visually, the game was pretty rough. Now, we're hearing that this is an early build. I'm hearing January to be exact, and I don't know how I feel about all the character models, especially this guy with a beard.
Beard is weird.
It's definitely not mocapped, it looks hand-drawn, and if this is any indication on how the faces are going to look within Halo Infinite.
No, sir, I don't like it.
We're also hearing from 343 that they have a 10-year continuous story plan for Halo Infinite, and I don't know how I feel about this. That sounds more like Destiny, and I would know that Destiny isn't loved for its campaign stories, so that does have me a bit worried. And honestly, people, for me, 343 really needs to prove themselves with Halo, especially their campaigns. Ever since Bungie left Halo to 343, I personally have not liked a Halo campaign since. Now, of course, I'll give them a chance. It's going to be in Game Pass. I'm going to give it a try.
Try it out.
I mean, I'm really hoping for the best. I want 343 to deliver a good Halo campaign. I want a good Halo campaign. So I'm definitely not rooting against 343. I just don't have much faith in them based on what they've shown thus far. Microsoft also showed off some big games like Medium, Stalker 2, a new trailer for Everwild, and finally unveiled the industry's worst kept secret, Fable. Now, the show itself was pretty average at best, as I was personally expecting to see a lot more gameplay, and honestly, that power flex that head of Xbox, Phil Spencer himself, was promising to show in many interviews leading up to this event.
When I think about the position that we're in with the games that we're going to be able to show and how they're going to show up and the hardware advantage that we have, I think we're in a very good position. So I feel good about July and the gameplay that we're going to be showing there and the hardware capability.
So again, for me, I was expecting more of a Series X showcase, but what I got was more of a Game Pass showcase. Now, if I had to pick one game out of all the games shown on this show, it would be this 1 minute and some change preview trailer for Obsidian's upcoming RPG named Avowed that got me the most excited. As a huge fan of games like Fallout New Vegas, Knights of the Old Republic 2, and The Outer Worlds, just to name a few of what Obsidian has given us over all these years, I am very confident that with Avowed, it could become a huge game for them, and of course, become a huge game for us gamers. I mean, look at what they've done to Fallout with New Vegas. They basically, in my opinion anyway, made the best Fallout game of all time. I could only imagine what they do with Avowed, which looks to be closer to a Skyrim type RPG. So yes, I'm very excited to see more from Avowed. That was my game of the show personally. So yeah, those were some notable games to mention. I'm not going to go through the whole list of games that they showed, but you guys can check that out on your own. But For me, the show was just very average. Now, the reason this video is late is because I honestly debated on whether or not to make it at all. But since I made a previous video a couple of weeks ago saying what I think that they should show at this showcase, I thought that I should deliver on the results. And the results aren't good, in my opinion. They just didn't hit the marks that they needed to hit. If they were holding anything back, shame on them. Because as I said in my previous video, this was their E3. This was their big moment to shine and deliver a Series X going into a new generation showcase. They didn't deliver. Anyways, these are my thoughts on this show, guys. Let me know down below in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, hitting that like button and sharing it out to all your friends. And if you're new here, please consider hitting that sub button and that notification bell to let you know when my latest video drops. Until then, try to be the best possible you, be kind to one another, and of course, as always, game on.